Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm Cha. Now I will tell you about a skeleton steel frame. A skeleton steel frame is a structural system where the main framework of the building made from the steel column and steel beams. The steel member supports the entire weight and transfer the load safely to the foundations. It is commonly used in modern construction because it has high strength to the weight ratio. It is widely used in for the factory or warehouse. Now, let's move on to the function and the purpose. The first purpose of the steel skeleton frame is to support the entire building of structure. The column and the beams are to carry the weight of walls, floor, roof, and also the occupants. The second function is to transfer all the loads of the buildings to the foundation. It is to ensure the buildings to stable and safe. The third function is to allow the taller buildings to be constructed because steel has high strength and also can support heavy loads. Next, it's the skeleton steel frames create a large interior spaces since a fewer load-bearing walls are required. This can make the architect more flexibility in designing the building layout. Lastly, because most of the steel members are made in factory before it's arriving on site, so it makes faster than using a traditional method in construction.
Okay, now I will explain about the method of installation a steel skeleton frame. And the first is site preparation. The construction site is clear and level. After that, the building foundation is complete according to the design. Anchor bolts are installed accurately in the foundation because they will hold the steel column in the place. Step 2 is fabrication and delivery. The steel column, beams and other structural members are manufactured in a factory. This ensures better quality, accurate dimension. After fabrication, all steel components are transported to the construction site. Okay, step 3 is erecting steel columns. A crane is used to lift each steel column into position. The columns are placed on anchor bolts and temporarily secured with nuts and bolts. Engineer then check the vertical alignment to ensure each column is perfectly straight before continue. These 3 steps are very important because they create the main support for the building.
Thank you. I will continue explaining the installation process. Step 4. Installing steel beams. Once the columns are secure, steel beams are lifted using crane and connected to the columns. The connections are made using high-strength bolt or welding, depending on the project requirement. Step 5. Installing bracing. After that, the general steel bracing is installed between column and beams. The purpose of the bracing is to increase the stability of the structure and prevent excessive movement caused by one or earthquake forces. Step 6. Alignment and inspection. After the frame is assembled, engineers carefully inspect every connection. They check the alignment, tighten all bolts, and complete any necessary welding. Once everything meets the required standard, the steel frame is ready for the next construction stage. Step 7. Floor deck installation. Finally, metal floor decking is installed on top of the steel beams. Reinforcement is placed and concrete is poured to form the floor slab. After the concrete has hardened, construction of the wall, roof and other building components can begin. Now, I will hand over to our final presenter.
Now, I will explain the advantages and the disadvantages of a steel skeleton frame. The first advantages is high strength. Steel can support very high load while using relatively lightweight materials. Another advantage is design flexibility. Steels allow for large open spaces and can be easily modified or extended in the future. However, there are also some disadvantages. The first one is that steel is susceptible to corrosion, so protective coatings or regular maintenance are required. Secondly, steel loses strength when exposed to high temperature during a fire, so fire protection material must be applied. In conclusion, steel skeleton frames are one of the most popular in modern construction. They provide excellent strength, faster construction, and greater design flexibility. Although they require proper fire protection and corrosion control, they remain a reliable and efficient choice for medium and high-rise building. Thank you for your attention.
I just had to let you know you're